Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakahakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, your great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect. And I want third women that out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity, scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you I say shalom, Lord willing. This video is edifying. It's going to be centered around the topic of identity, right? Identity is a key part, or us learning our identity and embracing and returning to that heritage is a very, very key part in this walk, because that is oftentimes, what stops, the main stumbling block, I would say, in a lot of different aspects, because you have to put on the identity of the elect, right? But not just the elect, a Hebrew Israelite, right? So the same practices, the same ways. You have to retrain and repurpose your thoughts to fit that identity, because we here in Babylon, we grew up, you call yourself Black or Latino, African American or Native American or Dominican or whatever, whichever bywords you want to go by. You grew up knowing something contrary to what you are. Okay? So you grow up learning different traditions like Christmas, right? We're coming up on holiday season, which is, the most wonderful time of the year for Jake, right? Especially Jake go hard during the holidays, and to Jake, this is the most important time of the year, right? This is the time of the year where pretty much they look the most forward to. Okay. And for a lot of our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it's hard for them to turn back from that. But what they don't understand is these different pagan holidays and pagan practices is the reason why the Lord took our identity away from us, because we didn't embrace it. We embraced these pagan practices and pagan festivities, right? We wanted to be like the heathen. Okay? So the Lord took his name from off of us, man. But Jake think they have this idea of the Most High, like he is this teddy bear, like he isn't to be feared. Our people don't fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They don't fear our power. Okay. This is Deuteronomy 31 and started 16. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land. Right. The people who inherited the land of Israel before us. Okay. Our people had a infatuation with these different idols, whether they go to be among them and will forsake me and break my covenant, which I have made with them. And Jake don't understand that the reason they in this situation is because of the same lifestyles they so fervently wish to live, right? And wish to participate in. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured. See, Jake don't understand, and then when you try to explain it to him, look, bro, the reason why, because you ask, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, what are you? What is black? They can't tell you. Oh, it means we from Africa. Okay, what part of Africa? We African. Which tribe in Africa? No answer. Right? You call yourself a color with pride, Latino. What is a Latino? Right? Someone who was subjugated to Latin powers, man. Right? The Spain and the Portuguese, or the Spanish and the Portuguese. Right? Hispanic. But they take pride in these names, man. They take pride in this man-given culture, this GMO, lab-grown, experimental culture, right? And they don't want to let it go. And many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us because our God is not among us? And this question has turned a lot of Jakes off. A lot of Jakes, they're now all of a sudden they atheists, right? A lot of Jake, they ask these questions. How could God let all these things happen to us, right? If he loves us, not understanding, nigga, you did it. The Lord is matching your energy, but they don't understand reincarnation. Okay, they don't understand. They don't have proper interpretation of the scriptures when they read them, right? And it's because the Lord had put that block on them. All right. I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, in that they are turned unto other gods. Right. So Jake is turned unto other gods. You're adulterous, in the eyes of the Lord. Okay. You're adulterous. So why would the Lord deal with you? And that's what Jake don't understand. This is Salakia. This is Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. See, Jay complain about the results, but they don't complain about what happened to lead to that point. You rejected Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, okay? You chose these other gods. You crucified Yahushua, right? O Jerusalem, thou who slayest the prophets, right? So in return, the Lord he took everything away from you, from us collectively, right? But then, at the same time, which Jake don't want to acknowledge, he gave it back. This is Matthew 23:37. O Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathered her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. Our people refused, man. They weren't willing. All we had to do was be obedient. But guess what? Couldn't do it, man. Simple laws, man. But the Lord, these bodies, this flesh, that's why the Lord, when he returns, he's going to give us new bodies, man. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. That's why we got all the problems that we have in our community. That's why our people are so fucked up. Okay? Because of what we have done. Not because of the Lord. This is all us. This is Salakia. This is Isaiah 57:15. For thus said the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity, whose name is holy. I dwell in the high place and holy place with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit. Our people are proud. Okay? Our people are proud, and he wants us to be humble. And honestly, should we not be? Okay? We should definitely be humble. But unfortunately, a lot of our people are not. A lot of our people, they still stuck in that cycle of embracing folly, okay, and things that bring us no profit. Okay, but the Lord said for those who want to be humble and contrite, right, lowly, to revive the spirit of the humble. Now, he's reviving us. Why? Because we were once dead. We were in a dead state. If you don't have an identity, you cease to exist as a people. And that's where we're coming from. Non-existence. Okay? Don't have a language. Don't have a culture. Don't have a God. Right? Pretty much zero factors. All right? But the Lord said he's going to revive us. Okay, and how does he revive us? By giving us back our identity. Hey, your God's name is your God name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, and you are a Hebrew Israelite from your perspective tribe, and so on and so on. These things are meant to be meant to rejuvenate you. Okay, meant to give you a new life. Right? And that new life is really an old life. It's just you returning to your identity that was once stripped from you. Right? So without give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shem, Rakakudash, Wa, Abba, Babal, and DTA.